In this video, we're going to add support for other types of brackets to our solution. So we still have these edge cases, but now we're going to work with a new edge case. The situation where we have a left bracket here, but we close it with the wrong type of bracket, like an angle bracket or a square bracket. So let's go ahead and implement this. Back to our expression class. We need to change the if statement on line 10 and support other types of left brackets. So if the character equals parentheses or an angle bracket or a square bracket or a curly brace. So if you have any of these, we're going to push our character onto our stack. Now, on line 13, we should also support other type of right brackets. So if our character equals an angle bracket or a square bracket or a curly brace. Okay. Now here, when we pop the item on top of the stack, we need to get it and compare it with the current character to make sure these pairs match. So here we store the result in a variable called top. Now here, if the current character is a closing bracket and top is not an opening bracket, that means we have an error. So we should immediately return false. But this is just one situation. We should have the same code for other types of brackets. So I'm going to add a pair of parentheses around this if statement. Now this code is going to look really ugly. Just bear with me. We're going to clean it up in the next video. So here's our first condition. Next, we're going to use the OR operator. The second condition is where this character equals a right angle bracket and top does not equal a left angle bracket. That's another error. Once again, if the character equals a right square bracket and top does not equal the left square bracket, and finally, if the character equals a right curly brace and top does not equal a curly brace, that means we have an error. So let's go back to our main class and test this new edge case. So I'm going to open with parentheses and close with square brackets. Okay, this expression is not valid. What if we close with angle brackets? We get the same result. What if we use a curly brace here? All right, our code is working beautiful. However, this implementation is really ugly. And that's the type of code that most data structure courses and books teach you to write. It also happens to be the kind of code that I personally cannot tolerate. Because I'm really dumb and I have a short memory and I cannot keep all this logic in my head to figure out what this algorithm is doing. So in the next lecture, I'm going to show you how to refactor this code and turn it into beautiful, readable code. I'll see you next.